Good evening and welcome to the budget public hearing for the Colleton County School District. I'd like to welcome everyone online as well as those members of the audience who are here. And let's get started right now and have our budget presentation. Ms. Barrett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, members of the board and members of the public. This evening, public hearing is being held to receive public comment on the proposed fiscal year 26-27 general fund budget prior to board consideration for final approval. The proposed budget has been made available for public review. Fiscal year 26 budget was $60,288,314. The proposed fiscal year 27 budget is $57,649,305. I will be providing a detailed presentation during the regular board meeting prior to board consideration of the budget. Mr. Chair, I now turn the meeting back to you for public comment.
Thank you, Ms. Barrett. If there are any members of the public who wish to speak on our budget for the fiscal year 2026-2027, please do so now. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Chair Nixon, I make a motion that we adjourn the public hearing.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we adjourn the public hearing. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Passes by unanimous consent. We are adjourned. I'd like to call the regular board meeting scheduled for June 30th, 2026 in session at 6:04 p.m. Let us all take a moment and think about the things that are best for our students, for our children, for our communities. Take a moment to have private reflection. Please stand with me if you can. Thank you. If you'll now join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. If the board members would join me in our mission statement. Colleton County School District will prepare every student to graduate with a 21st century education to be globally competitive for their chosen college and/or career path. Thank you. And now our civility pledge. I pledge to build a stronger and more effective school board by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of our school district. Thank you very much. Do I have a motion on the approval of the agenda?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agenda that is before us and has been emailed for the board to review.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we approve the agenda for this evening's meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent. Moving on, Chairman's report. I'd like to entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes from May 18, the Capital Projects Work Session, May 19, the regular board meeting, June 1, the Policy Committee meeting, June 9, Committee of the Whole meeting. Having received the minutes of these electronically, do I have a motion for the approval of these minutes?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Second?
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the approval of the minutes having been presented to us. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Again, unanimous consent. I would like to make note that Trustee Cunningham is on the phone with us. So this is why I'm saying unanimous consent, because he is consenting as well. Moving on, I want to remind everyone that the School Law Conference, August 29 through 30 in Greenville, South Carolina. For those who are still interested in attending, please let Ms. Hyman know prior to August 1, yes? Okay, and I'd also like for everyone to please take a moment of silence with me. We lost a member of the Colleton County school family today, Mr. Robert Cozart, who was music teacher at Cottageville Elementary School. And so let's just take a moment to keep him and his family in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Additionally, I would like to take a moment to thank the members of the Colleton County Rec Center, the Colleton County Council, the Somerville YMCA, and a member from the HCA
Healthcare.
for the wonderful opportunity for the students in our area, the young people in our area, to take some swimming lessons last week. I was most pleased to see that because drownings are problematic with our students from this area. So I was so thankful to see that happen, and I hope they can do it again many times. Moving on, recognitions. Every member of Team Colleton works for kids and makes important contributions towards becoming a world-class school system. Ms. Williams.
Thank you, Chair Nixon. I'd like to say good evening to all of our school board members. Good evening to all of our district administrators, school leaders, teachers, our esteemed SRO officers who are always on duty. Thank you all so much for all that you do. This evening, we have just a few staff recognitions that I'm very excited about. And as you can see, it is summertime, so we don't have a huge audience here because many of our staff are enjoying their family and their friends during this time, getting ready for next school year when they come back. But I want to start tonight by recognizing one of our teachers, and that is none other than Mr. Jerry Edens. He is the welding instructor at TCTC, and I'm going to ask Mr. Edens if he would come forward, please, at this time. And happy to see his wife is here, Miss Chelsea is here, and Mr. Kubik, our director of TCTC. Thank you all for being here to support him. But I want to let you know a little about what's going on with Mr. Edens. So the district received notification that Mr. Edens was recently selected as one of the finalists for the 2026 Harbor Freight Tools for Schools Prize for Teaching Excellence, which honors excellent teaching in skilled trades education in the United States public school systems, and that's more specifically public high schools. Mr. Edens is now in the running for one of 25 prizes, which totals over $2 million that they're giving away to our schools, which will be awarded in the fall of 2026. So Harbor Freight Tools for Schools is a program of the Schmidt Foundation established by Harbor Freight Tools owner and founder Eric Schmidt to advance excellent skilled trades and education in United States public schools. In its 10th year as the flagship program of Harbor Freight Tools for Schools, they have awarded more than $10 million to 183 skilled trades teachers across the country. So let's give a huge round of applause to Mr. Edens. Congratulations, Mr. Edens, on this amazing honor. And we want to take a picture with you. And I'm going to ask Ms. Edens and Mr. Kubik if you wouldn't mind coming up and taking a picture as well. Yeah, we need to go shopping with him. Yeah. All right, congratulations again, Mr. Edens, and we're going to look forward to hearing where you placed and how much money the school is going to be awarded. That is amazing. So next and finally, I would like to say that it has been a pleasure working with an amazing staff for the past 3 years in my role as superintendent. And just to show that appreciation to our district administrators, our directors, our coordinators, and all of you who serve on the Superintendent's Extended Council, I just want to say to you, publicly, thank you. Thank you for making my job just wonderful. Thank you for your work, because there is no I in team. It's been a collaborative effort. When I call you, you're there. Anything I ask for, you do it, and I couldn't ask for a better team. And I just want to say to incoming Superintendent-elect Aldridge, you have an amazing team, and I know that they are going to show you the same courtesies that they've shown me. So I want to recognize all of our directors and coordinators. So when I call your name, please come up. I know there's a few that are not here tonight, but we're going to start with Mr. Dr. Christopher Myers. If you would come up, he's our Executive Director of Athletics. Also, and I know that she's giving out the awards, but Dr. Cordelia Jenkins, she is our Interim Assistant Superintendent of Academics and Student Affairs. Mr. Justin Simpson, Director of Buildings and Grounds. Ms. Janice Hedden, she couldn't be with us tonight, but Ms. Janice Hedden is the Director of Teaching and Learning. Just give her a hand. She could be watching. Ms. Catherine Fanchette's not with us tonight, but she is the Coordinator of Educator Effectiveness. Let's give her a hand. Dr. William Durden couldn't be with us tonight. He is the Director of Exceptional Learning. Give him a hand. Ms. Brandy Bozeman, who serves now as the Director of Federal Programs, and she's doing assessment and accountability. Let's give her a round of applause. Ms. Ramona Barrett, our Chief Finance Officer. Let's give her a hand. Mrs. Wilcie Hamilton, our Director of Human Resources. Give her a hand. Mr. William Zorn, our Director of Informational Technology. Let's give him a hand. Ms. Beth Frank couldn't be with us tonight, but let's give her a hand. She is the coordinator of information technology, and she was also assisting with communications as well. Let's give her a hand. Ms. Dania Dingle, Director of Nursing, could not be with us. Let's give her a hand. Ms. Tamisha Varn, our Power School Specialist. Let's give her a hand. Ms. Susan Crosby, our Director of Procurement. Let's give her a hand. Mr. Christopher Glover, our Director of Safety and Security, Coordinator of Safety and Security. Let's give him a hand. And replacing Ms. Christina Wallace is Ms. Deetra Beaton, and Ms. Deetra is new in this position, and we want to, well, maybe I should leave that to the new superintendent, but I want to say congratulations to you too, Ms. Beaton. Let's give her a hand. And also, I'm going to call Dr. Jenkins' name again, because even though she was serving as the interim assistant superintendent, she was also serving in her capacity as the Director of Student Support Services as well. So let's give her another hand for doing those two duties. And then we have Mr. Gary Bradley, our Director of Transportation. Ms. Deborah McDonald is not with us, but she served in the Office of Safety and Security as well. Let's give her a hand. And then Ms. Becky Roy, who served with communications as well, along with Ms. Frank and Ms. Hyman. And last but not least, Ms. Linda Hyman. And I told Superintendent-elect Aldridge, I said, she's your best friend. So Linda, congratulations to you. Thank you for assisting with the board and with communications and anything else that's been asked of you. Let's give Linda a round of applause. So I just want to say to all of you, thank you for making my 3 years painless. I do appreciate all that you do and are going to continue doing for our district to make it even stronger. Just thank you. That's basically what I want to say, because sometimes, you know, those that are in the trenches, we don't get the thank yous enough. So I just want to publicly say to all of you, thank you. And we want to take a picture and then let you shake our board members' hands.
Two rows helps.
Oh, yeah.
Pack them and stack them. Finally got croquet. Should have been a little.
All right. All right. Good to see you. I'll be out there to watch the exercise again. Okay. I'm doing just fine. How are you? Thank you. How are numbers? Good time. I'm looking forward to some great meals now for these two. All right. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you for all your job. You're just always the best. Just the best. Are you tearing up stuff?
My name up.
So much there are people from
See?
Chair Nixon, this concludes staff recognitions for this evening. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And again, congratulations to all of you for being recognized and the wonderful jobs that you do. We could not do this without your work and your help. So thank you again.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank Ms. Williams for all she did for us for those 3 years. I know it was tough sometimes, but we do appreciate what you did. Thank you very much.
We all do.
Well, I was going to say that.
I'm sorry.
But since we are doing recognitions, Ms. Williams, I do want you to know that it has been an honor working with you these last 2 years on this board. And Godspeed with whatever you try to do after this. I don't know that you can. 41 years, Lord, that's a long time in one spot. So, but everything is golden after this. All right. Moving on, please. Any public input for this evening? Nothing? Okay. New business? Seeing none. Moving on, please. Policy items, first reading, action required. Ms. Whitcomb.
Thank you, Chair Nixon. Board members, before you, you have the revised former policy CCA. It is now policy CC, Administrative Organization. This essentially takes the organization chart that we have and actually creates written policy that identifies that the organization chart is to be a regular occurrence and creation within our district. And the last sentence of paragraph 1 states the organization chart will be presented and reviewed by the board periodically as needed. Are there any questions about the new policy CC?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the first reading of policy CCA, the Colleton County School District Organizational Chart, with the revisions that have been presented to us.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the first reading of the organizational chart, CCA. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Mr. Cunningham? I didn't hear.
Mr. Cunningham?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that yes is a yes. Okay, it passes unanimously. Moving on, please. Policy item, second reading, action required.
Mr. Chair, both of these policies were formally presented and have passed first reading. Policy IHBB, Gifted and Talented Education, is but a small change on screening candidates. However, this policy and procedures for gifted and talented identification has recently received a lot of attention from our administration and staff. So you have that policy before you with a small change, though it has been recently reviewed thoroughly. And then policy JKE and the administrative rule JKER, the expulsion of students, does identify specifically new state statutes at the bottom of the policy, and the administrative rule is more specific. Again, both of these policies have passed first reading. Do you have any questions?
Any question, members? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to recommend that we accept the second reading of policy IHBB, Gifted and Talented, as well as policy JKE and RAR-JKE for expulsion of students.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the changes to policies IHBB, Gifted and Talented, JKE, and AR-JKER, expulsion. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Mr. Cunningham? I think that is a yes.
Mr. Cunningham?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Thank you.
You're welcome, Chair Nixon. We met today at 4:30, the policy committee did, and this is, we kind of moved up our policy committee meeting from July to better accommodate the 4th of July holiday. But we do traditionally meet on the first Monday of the month. And so that a meeting occurred today. Policies will be presented in July that were discussed. And we're withholding the option of a policy committee meeting in August, as that would be scheduled the first week of school. So if there are policies that need revision, board members, we ask that you consider giving that information to us with the understanding that if it's essential to the school year, we'll meet in August. If not, we may postpone the review of those policies till September.
Okay, that sounds good. And once a date is determined, you will let us know if need be.
Will do.
Thank you very much. Moving on, number 8, Superintendent's Report. Effective leadership supports learning and optimal performance for all students. Superintendent Williams.
Thank you again, Chair Nixon, and greetings to everyone again. As this is my last board meeting as superintendent, and that baton will be given to Superintendent-elect Aldridge, I just wanted to highlight some of the bright spots in our district and also some of those areas that might need some additional support. This is not an inclusive report, but I just wanted to highlight some of the things that I thought needed to be brought out at this time. So I'm going to start with some facts. And I just want to bring to your attention, which I know you already know this, but this is an area of refinement for the Colleton County School District, and that is our enrollment numbers. Our actual enrollment has decreased, as you can see, by 318 students from the 2024-25 school year to this current school year. Our average daily membership has decreased by 294, which, as you are aware, this is what the district's funding is based upon, their ADM. So I just encourage all stakeholders to include our board members, our administrators, our teachers, our staff, just to continue marketing our district in a positive manner, as well as coming up with other creative strategies to increase enrollment. And I do believe that our decision to keep our elementary upcoming sixth grade students at their elementary school was a great decision. And, you know, just keep thinking of those things that could increase our school district, because there are great things that are going on here. I know that there are lots and lots of different choices that parents have now, and I do respect that, but I also respect the fact that a good public education is second to none. Other facts that I wanted to share tonight is that last school year we had a budget deficit of $2.1 million, and this school year we have a budget deficit of 0. I also wanted to point out that our capital projects that have been completed, and I know that we've had lots and lots of outstanding projects, but to date 112 projects have been completed. For our South Carolina State report cards, we are on an upward trajectory. I know that we're not where we want to be, but we are better than we were. So I just encourage the district to remember that our core purpose is teaching and learning. That's why we exist. That's the purpose of a school district. And I just encourage you to continue to put those good practices in place that encourage increased student achievement. To date, we have 6 schools with average ratings, which, as you are aware, average means that the schools have met the criteria set forth by the South Carolina State Department of Education. And we do have 1 school with a below average rating, but I know that they're working very hard, and we do look for great results in October. So just wanted to highlight each of our schools, and I'm not going to read everything on the slides. You were sent these slides on Thursday, so I know that you've had them, but I just wanted to at least highlight one accomplishment or one highlight from each of our schools. So from Bells Elementary School, they were named a National Beta School of Distinction. For Blackstreet Early Childhood Center, they have an in-house TCTC Early Childhood Classroom. Well, she's already gone. To strengthen and expand those partnerships with TCTC. Cottageville Elementary School, they are one of America's healthiest schools. Northside Elementary School, they held their very first sensory-friendly dance, and it was called A Night of Stars for those students with special needs. Hendersonville Elementary School, they received the Arts Now Real AI grant, and that is amazing. They will join our other Arts Now schools as well that we already have, which are Forest Hills, Northside, and Cottageville. And then Forest Hills Elementary School, they are the Colleton County School District Kickball Champions for the 2nd year in a row. And I know if Joe was here, he'd just be happy and just letting everybody know that they're the champs. Colleton County Middle School, for the first time in the school's history, they achieved state champions at the Skills USA, and they had 3 gold medals and 8 silver medals as well. Colleton County High School, The students, the senior class of Colleton County High School received scholarships that totaled over $5.6 million. That is amazing. And then at TCTC, and we've talked about this before, but they were awarded that $100,000 grant for hybrid EV technology in their automotive program. And then at Colleton Academy for Success, better known as CAS, 80% of their students demonstrated improvement in academic courses during the school year. And then at CALC, our Colleton Adult Learning Center, they inducted 17 adult learners into the National Adult Education Honor Society. In our athletics department, we had 21 students make all region in their respective sports. In transportation, they introduced the My Ride application with a total of 570 participants. It kept going up, 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 up. So I know it's going to go up even more next year. From the Office of Instructional Information Technology, they installed and they took good care of the new copiers for our schools. That was a major project for them. The Office of Exceptional Learning, they presented at two conferences, well-known conferences. One was the CASE Law and Leadership Conference and the SCAZA I3 conference as well. They presented labelless learning. And also, while I'm thinking about it, our district leadership team, which consisted of myself, Dr. Jenkins, Mrs. Bozeman, and Mrs. Hedden, presented at the SCAZA I3 conference as well. We talked about our road to success. And we were happy to have some of our Colleton County School District administrators there with us as well. And then federal programs, they received competitive grants such as the Stronger Connections Grant, the 21st Century Grant, which I know, have you received an answer back from them yet about that 21st Century Grant? We received it? Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Well, we have received a 21st Century Grant, and we are trying to make sure that the district receives it for next year as well. And then the Migrant and McKinney-Vento grants as well. From the Office of Human Resources, they reduced the number of letter of agreements by 65% since 2023. From the Office of Curriculum Instruction, they contributed greatly to the historic academic gains of the district, as well as us being having the second highest growth in ELA in the state of South Carolina. And then buildings and grounds, I've already said, they've completed 112 projects. Student nutrition expanded their nutrition education opportunities through school garden initiatives. And I've visited some of those gardens, and they are just amazing. And last but not least, and I hope I didn't leave anybody else out, but last but not least, finance. They achieved, through the finance department, we've achieved a balanced budget through strategic cost reductions and cost containment measured, and maintain a healthy fund balance to support long-term financial stability in the district. So I want to close this presentation by saying it has been an honor and a privilege to lead this great district. After 41 years of service within the Colleton County School District in different capacities, I am deeply grateful for the experiences, the relationships, and the opportunities that have shaped my journey. With the guidance and blessings of the Almighty, and I am not ashamed, I am humbled to know that I have contributed to the continued growth and success of this district and help leave it in a stronger place for those who will continue the work ahead. So may God bless each of you, and I ask board members, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Any questions? Any comments? Hearing none. Thank you very much for your work, Ms. Williams.
Thank you. All right.
All right, Human Resources Report. Ms. Hamilton.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't have any updates. Just want to commend our schools for our school principals who have been working tediously to make sure that vacancies are filled so that our children have teachers in front of them for the start of the school year. I want to employ the public. If anyone is interested in becoming a special ed teacher assistant, please come see us. We have several vacancies, so the requirements, you have to have at least 60 hours or an associate's degree. So if you are interested in becoming a special education teacher, teacher assistant, or you know someone who may be, please come see us so that we can get you completed with an application. Just also want to remind the board and directors that our new employee orientation will take place here at the district office beginning Tuesday, July 21st. And then we will have our superintendent breakfast. We'll wrap it up on that Friday, right here in the boardroom at 8:30. And then our teachers will return on July 27th. So that's all the reminders I have. I do have some things for us to consider doing executive session, some hiring, transfers, and resignations. Any questions? I'm happy to answer.
Any questions, comments, board members? Hearing none, thank you, Ms. Hamilton. Next, our finance report. Ms. Barrett.
Good evening. You have my board report from last time. I'll be glad to answer any question that you may have.
Board members, any questions? Hearing none, thank you, Ms. Barrett.
Okay.
All right. Is Mr., for the bond referendum, Mr. whom? I could not hear you.
Mr. Bob Dameron.
Bob Dameron, thank you.
Yes, I do. Ms. Barrett contacted him today, and he is available by phone, so I can call him to answer any additional questions that the board members may have. If there are any questions, I can go ahead and call him.
Board members, any questions that we have of Mr. Dameron? Hearing none? No questions. All right, moving on. The 26-27 school year budget update, final reading.
Action on the resolution. An action on the resolution.
Oh, on the resolution, that's right, we have to do that. Do I need a motion? Oh, do I have a motion?
I'm happy to read the resolution as it is. Chair Nixon, I make a motion to accept the resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of not exceeding 16 million general obligation bonds in one or more series and one or more years with an appropriate series designation, including a tax-exempt series and a taxable series, if appropriate, of the School District of Colleton County, South Carolina. Authorizing the South Carolina Association of Governmental Organizations to facilitate the sale of the bonds under its general obligation debt program, prescribing the terms and conditions under which the bonds may be issued, authorizing the superintendent of the school district to determine certain matters relating to the bonds, providing for the payment of the bonds and the disposition of the proceeds thereof, and of other matters relating thereto.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we accept the resolution for the bond referendum as stated by Trustee Whitcomb. Do I have any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? What does Mr. Cunningham say?
Mr. Cunningham?
He says aye. Those opposed? So it is 4-3, the motion carries. Now, moving on to the school year budget update. First reading. Action, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tonight, I am presenting the fiscal year 26-27 general fund budget for final reading and approval. The budget is based on the state version of the budget. Funding estimates come from the State Department of Education. The state funding is based on our student enrollment, so fewer students mean less revenue. Since preparing the budget, we received notice that the state will begin the new fiscal year under a continuing resolution. So, talking with the State Department, they're telling us that they're going to, even though they have a continuing resolution for the state, we can go ahead and approve our budget, because what's going to happen is that they will be funding us maybe for the first couple of months based on our fiscal year 25-26 allocation. But once they approve their budget, they will make the adjustment to go ahead and pay us for the allocation for the fiscal year 26-27. Any questions on that? Okay.
Excuse me, very quickly, I suppose if we are going to go according to them on the budget for this current year, though we anticipate it being less funding next year, how are we just making sure that we don't spend more than we know we're going to get?
Well, we already basically know what we're going to get, and our budget is basically based on that.
Okay.
So what they're going to do, they're going to adjust the budget, and if anything that we need to do, I will come back with an amendment to our budget if need be.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Of course, our budget is maintained at 119.42 mils for general operation. We did not ask for a millage increase this year, but we're glad to have the millage increase for this fiscal year, which helped us definitely to overcome some of our budget shortfall that we had. As you know, student enrollment means finance for us. When we lose students, we lose funds. For 5 years, I went back and looked at our historical enrollment of our students. The student enrollment declined in 5 years from 4,985 students to 4,142 students. We have lost in 5 years 843 students, which is exactly 16.9% of our student population. And because of that, we have lost fundings. For the fiscal year 24-25, we have lost $1.4 million in state aid to classroom because of our student population had decreased. From 25 to 26 enrollment for this fiscal year, we lost $1.7 million because of the student decrease. The total revenue loss in 2 years is $3.1 million we have lost. Okay, the budget summary and key adjustments. For fiscal year 25-26, we had a budget of $60,288,313. For fiscal year 26-27, our proposed budget is $57,649,305. We decreased our budget by $2,639,008, which a decrease of 4.38%. And we must note that this budget is balanced without the use of fund balance. We have reduced the budget balance. We also made sure that we had our employees were taken care of. The teachers, they got their $2,000 increase plus a step. Our administrative got a step plus they got the 2% cost of living, so did the certified staff, and our bus drivers also got the step increase and the 2% cost of living. The salary and the fringe benefit decreased. We were looking to see how we can cut the budget to make sure that we are responsible with our budget. So we looked at salaries and fringe. We were able to decrease this budget in order to come up with the balanced budget by $3.1 million compared to prior year. So how did we do that? We did it to staff attrition, and we did it to reallocation of position to alternate funding source. And as you know, this budget does not use fund balance. And that strengthened the district financial position for the future by us not having to use the fund balance. The budget is addressed and it is preserved the fund balance by maintaining instructional priorities. Key consideration, the proposed budget maintains instructional priorities by addressing decline enrollment and reduced state funding. The budget reflects continued fiscal stewardship and responsible financial planning, and the proposed budget preserves fund balance while maintaining a central district operation. And Mr. Chair, my recommendation is the approval of the fiscal year 26 general fund budget in an amount of $57,649,305 without the use of fund balance.
That sounds good. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the budget as recommended.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the budget as proposed. Any discussion?
Chair Nixon, I just want to make note of the fact that this is a balanced budget, and it's a enormous relief to be able to make a vote on something that is so well balanced, and so enormous thanks to our staff on all the work that's been done on that. But I do want to make note on the fact that it is the intent of my vote to assure that if we are voting on this budget, that we don't get into practices that allow for the spending of the budget that's being given to us from the state in this one case scenario, that we do follow the budget as it has been approved, so that we hope to reduce and keep to the spending that has been allocated in this year's budget and not spend from what was designated last year. I think that'll help us stay on track as you just confirmed a moment ago, Chair Nixon. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair, just because I am going to be voting against this budget, I just want to clarify the reason why. We were given a list that has, I believe it's 38 positions that we have lost through attrition, 9 of those being teachers in our classrooms, which I am very much against. And also, $600+ thousand that has simply been moved from the general fund to other financial or to other funding sources. So those are the reasons why I'll be voting against this recommendation.
Chair Nixon, if I might, I just want to say that the loss of teachers coincides with the loss of students. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Questions? Hearing none, it has been moved and properly second that we accept this budget. The discussion has been held. Those in favor, signal. What does Mr. Cunningham say?
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Those opposed? Let it be noted there are 5 yeas, 2 nays. The budget is passed. And again, congratulations, Ms. Barrett, on the yeoman's job.
Certainly getting like that, Carter.
Moving-
But we better know this. We better know it.
Okay. Moving on, academics and student affairs. Our core purpose is teaching and learning. Dr. Jenkins.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You have a copy of my report that was submitted several weeks ago, and also a copy of the report and presentation from our transformational coach. And I would like to present some highlights from that report on behalf of our transformational coach. And I would like to say that Ms. Monique Jones Smalls, she has served effectively and faithfully with Colleton County School District, and I am honored to have served with her, and I don't want to be out of order, but I am honored to have served with Superintendent Williams as well, because she gave me the opportunity to work hand in hand with our transformational coach, who she helped us improve several systems in our district. And I just wanted to openly extend my appreciation for her support to Colleton County. Now, I don't have her presentation. I wish I had. I thought it was, you have it accessible?
Yeah, they're visible.
I was just concerned about the listening audience as well. I will begin on behalf of Ms. Smalls. I have her comments directly per slide, okay? Good evening, everyone. When I began working with Colleton County School District in July 2024 as a district transformation coach, the district was identified as a Tier 3 district based on South Carolina's report card. The district's challenges centered around student achievement, subgroup performance, instructional consistency, and the systems supporting teaching and learning. Since that time, the district has progressed from Tier 3 to Tier 2 and currently maintains that standing. While there is still important work ahead, these shifts reflect the intentional efforts of district leaders, school leaders, and teachers working together to strengthen instructional systems and improve outcomes for students. This progress did not occur through isolated initiatives, but through a strategic focus on instruction, leadership, accountability, and data-driven decision-making. Thank you for finding her slide. Throughout this work, several priority areas became the foundation of our transformation efforts. One major focus was strengthening the use of data in real time. District and school leaders worked to better analyze student performance trends and use that information to drive instructional decisions and interventions. We also emphasized strengthening Tier 1 instruction by ensuring classrooms remain focused on grade level standards and rigorous instruction for all students. Teachers were encouraged to begin planning with standards first and ensure instruction, tasks, and assessments align appropriately. Additional work centered around the implementation of high-quality instructional materials, lessons, internalization, and collaboration PLC structures. School improvement efforts also included ATSI and CSI planning with targeted evidence-based strategies focused on subgroup performance and equitable student outcomes. Overall, the work focused on building sustainable systems that improved both leadership effectiveness and classroom instruction. As the work progressed, we began to see noticeable shifts across the district. Leadership teams became more intentional in using data to guide decisions and monitor instructional effectiveness. Teachers increased They're focused on standards alignment, lesson preparation, and delivering stronger Tier 1 instruction. PLC conversations became more purposeful and student-centered, with schools increasingly using student data to determine instructional next steps and intervention needs. There was also increased awareness surrounding subgroup disparities and the importance of equitable instructional practices. The district began moving, then reacting to low performance towards creating proactive systems designed to support continuous improvement and student success. Moving forward, as Colleton County School District continues this work, the focus should remain on strengthening the systems that have contributed to the recent progress. The district should continue prioritizing stronger Tier 1 instruction, standards-based planning, and effective implementation of high-quality instructional materials. Continued attention to lesson internalization and collaboration PLC structures will help ensure instructional consistency across schools and classrooms. Additionally, maintaining an intentional focus on subgroup performance and equitable outcomes remains critical. Continued use of evidence-based strategies and ongoing progress monitoring will support sustained improvement. The goal moving forward is not simply improvement for a moment, but building lasting systems that continue producing positive outcomes for all students. And that concludes her report. If you have any questions, I will entertain them at this time. But if you have questions specific to Ms. Smalls, I will make sure she answers them and return the response to you through our superintendent-elect, Mr. Aldridge.
All right. Thank you for the report. Any questions?
Chair Nixon, if I may, thank you, Dr. Jenkins. I had no idea. Education acronyms can be tough if you're not in it all the time. So high quality instructional materials, the acronym HQIM is now understood. So thank you for teaching me a new acronym to use. I certainly understand, I would say some, honestly, of Ms. Smalls-Jones's report, as I'm not an educator. So I think what would be helpful for me, Mr. Aldridge, moving forward, I think the moving forward portion of this report, to me, the number one item is continue strengthening Tier 1 instruction. I don't understand what that means. That is a very broad umbrella. And so talk to me as a board member and concerned individual and parent. What is it we are doing to strengthen Tier 1 instruction? I think that's what I would like to hear more of. I certainly feel that Ms. Smalls-Jones did a wonderful job, and I can't wait to see the results in October. But I don't understand a lot of this, so breaking it down to the point that I can better understand what our staff are doing to move forward as explained in this last slide, it would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay. But just so you'll know, Tier 1 instruction is what's happening in the delivery of the initial new information to the children each day, Tier 1. And then when the children need additional interventions in order to support them with the new learning, then that will be in Tier 2. And then Tier 3 would be if they need more intense interventions in order to learn the standards that were taught. Right. So I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
Initially, before Superintendent-elect comes in to play, and then we'll make sure if you need any more, or any of you need any more clarifications, we'll make sure that information gets to you.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins. When we walk through school buildings and we talk to administrators and say, what is it you need? What is it you're doing? We certainly understand what the Tier 1 instruction improvement is, but what I guess I'm asking is, what specifically are you doing to improve it? And so that's the kind of thing that, in Ms. Williams, the presentations you've had all the schools give us, the last few months, our administrators really did talk about the specific things they were doing, but I think it's just helpful to better understand, you know, it's easy to write continuing to strength Tier 1 instruction, but what specifically are we doing? It's just something that, you know, again, I don't know everything. I can't pretend to, but I want to learn more. Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Thank you very much. Moving on, operational management. Safe, secure, positive environment will be conducive for teaching and learning. Superintendent Williams.
Thank you, Chair Nixon. You have a copy of all of the operations reports. I did ask Mr. Simpson if he would come up and give a presentation on the retention ponds. There were some questions from board members concerning the retention ponds, so I wanted him to come up and just give you a brief overview. We did send all of this information to you as well. Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Good evening, board members. I believe Ms. Williams and Ms. Hyman shared all of the recent progress in regards to the retention pond work. That project is ongoing, as always, to maintain them now that we have them under control. You were shared the reports that we received from Lake Doctors, who is our vendor in regards to our stormwater management through the RFP. Part of the RFP that was put out through the district and some of our qualifications is that the vendor had to have two specific qualifications, one of those being a right-of-way qualification or category, as they call it, through the state of South Carolina, and that is to operate and do work in the right-of-ways that butt up to the district's property, SCDOT's property, city property, anything like that. So that was one of the key qualifications that we were looking for to make sure that our vendors can work in right-of-ways and have that permission to do that. So after you review, there's good before and after pictures. We've done a lot of work. You can see the progress. If you have any questions in regards to the retention pond work that has been done, I will answer those at this time, and then I'll jump on to a little bit more capital projects that we're doing right now.
Any questions about the retention ponds?
All of that work was bidded out, correct?
It was done through the RFP process. So we put out an RFP to solicit for a vendor to service our retention ponds. And then once that vendor was picked based on the qualifications, then they gave us pricing, and then we issued purchase orders for each individual project.
Thank you for the pictures, the overview, you know, to see the before and after. I really appreciate that. And just for clarification, there was a picture of Hendersonville. Are there two locations where there was work done, or just the one by the roadway, by the lift station?
So Hendersonville only has one retention pond that's considered a dry basin retention pond, so it's not designed to hold water. It's only designed to hold water in the case of a large flood event. So all that work was in that general area. So it was a little sliver as soon as you pull into the front entry of the school, right off to the right-hand side. They graded some of the dirt out to help the water flow a little bit better, and then they reworked the structure that leads out to the right-of-way for SCDOT. They redid the rock based on the pictures. If you looked at those, the previous structure was washing out underneath it, and it was in pretty much disrepair. So that's why it was removed, and the rock structures were put in there, and that is an approved method for SCDOT for emergency spillways.
Thank you. I sent Ms. Williams an email just to clarify that picture was the site right beside the road there with the improvements.
That's correct.
And Ms. Strobel, I just sent you a response, but Mr. Simpson will be happy to meet you at the school, and you can tour the site if you would like. I spoke to him previously, and he would be happy to do that.
Any other questions? Hearing none, please move on.
Just wanted to give you an update on capital projects. Like I said at the last time I was up here, summer is our busiest time. We are moving fast and furious, as you can see. If you get a chance to get out and visit some of our schools, you know, the high school just got all the parking lots repainted. I know Mr. Finnegan back there is extremely happy that he got some lines painted on the parking lot. So he's expressed his support for doing that and his appreciation for doing that. So we're continuing to go throughout. We're doing landscaping, tree trimming, and just a bunch of different items throughout the district. Also some painting throughout, carpeting and different things like that. And we hope to have everything wrapped up by July 17th. And some things might carry over into school, but those areas, you know, aren't utilized or impacted. They aren't classroom areas, such as maybe the auditorium carpet could lag into school a little bit. Some areas that aren't necessarily could go into school just based on some timing issues and getting some products in on time. So as of that, if you have any questions in regards to projects that we're currently doing, or would like to come out and see anything, please let us know. We would be more than happy to show, you know, the progress that we're doing. And yeah, I'll answer any questions that you have.
Since you mentioned landscape, I noticed there was some work at the middle school on a Saturday. So what are they doing in addition to what our grounds maintenance does?
So we did put out an RFP for landscaping, and they are addressing all of our flower beds and any additional services that we need. Those services are a as-need basis. So it's as needed, and as the district and myself and our landscaping team reviews what we can currently do and what we should solicit our vendor to do. In the past, the district has also done that same practice as well, but it was only designated to the front of the buildings. So now we've encompassed more to allow us to be able to do multiple things, such as irrigation that wasn't included before in that.
Any other questions? Now, one of my questions, of course, is you said that the work that is going on will be completed that won't interfere with any of the classrooms. Okay, because I guess our concern is to make sure that those sixth grade classes are ready to go day one.
Yes, sir, they should be ready to go.
Excellent. Any other questions? Hearing none. Thank you very much. Moving on, consideration for board member to attend executive session electronically. Mr.
Chairman, I make a motion that we accept this, make this action for board members to attend executive session electronically.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we allow board members who are not with us physically to attend the executive session. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent. Thank you. And with that being said, do I have a motion that we move into executive session?
Chair Nixon, I make a motion, we enter into executive session for 12.01, the discussion of employment matters regarding hiring, separations, and resignations. 12.02, student releases and admittances. 12.03, the discussion and receipt of legal advice on property, contractual matters, safety, and security. And 12.04, discussion and receipt of legal advice on a parental appeal or promotion and retention.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we enter into executive session to discuss the four stated things. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? We are in executive session. We ready over there? We ready?
Somebody called Mr.
Oh.
He'll hang up.
Let's see.
He done hung up on us.
Do you hear me? Hello? Mr. Cunningham, do you hear us? Okay, we can, yeah, we'll go ahead. All right, everybody ready? I'll entertain a motion that we leave executive session and come back into general session.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we enter back into open session.
It has been moved and properly second that we move back into open session. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? We are now back in open session. Do I have a motion?
Chair Nixon, I make a motion that we accept the professional staff employment recommendations that were presented to us, as well as the professional administrative staff recommendations that were presented this evening.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the professional staff and administrative staff recommendations posted this evening. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent.
Mr. Cunningham.
Mr. Chair.
I have a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the 2 student admittance as well as the 6 students for release.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the 2 students for admission and the 6 students for release, having been stated earlier this evening. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent. I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we adjourn this meeting. Have a good evening, everyone. We are adjourned.